Hunter Biden is still facing the slew of accusations from mostly Republicans stemming from the laptop. They say corruption, racketeering, conspiracies, all these things, which he denies. But will this strong new legal offensive maybe stop the bleeding? Joining me now to break it down, think it through, is constitutional attorney Andrew Lieb. Andrew, under Delaware law, if property is left for 90 days, it can be considered abandoned property. Was it illegal for the computer guy to send this to the FBI and Rudy Giuliani after 90 days?
Well, first of all, we're not just talking about Delaware law here. You see, Chance, because it went between state lines, it became interstate commerce. And there's federal laws as well at play. And there's all sorts of questions that are coming up right now as to whether this is a crime. And Abe Lowell, who's Hunter Biden's attorney, has written a letter to the DOJ, that's federal, and to the Attorney General over in Delaware saying, I need you to look at these crimes. They're going on the offensive now. It's not just going to be a little bloody. We're going bilateral bloodbath now.
Okay. Well, okay. I live right across the border from Virginia. Can I show up there in 5 years as a dry cleaner and say, give me back my dress? You know, it's 5 years later. They might not have it. We're going across state lines. Are computers in some way special legally? Is there a special federal law for computers and property?
Yeah, so it's not that the computer is necessarily special, and I think the law you're actually talking about is called bailment. It means like where we leave our coat at a coat check. What's the duty of the person to hold the law? And there's state laws that overlap in there. But it's not the computer itself that's so interesting. It's what's on the computer. And where I'm going to tell you this case is really going to turn, whether it's Giuliani or Mac Isaac or even someone like Bannon that has exposure, is the amount of value of this thing. Because under federal law, if it's not valued at over $5,000, there's no federal crime. So it's going to be turning on this subjectiveness, this subjective valuation. So yes, we're interested, did they abandon it? Is there bailment? But more of a threshold issue, was it even worth enough to become a federal crime, assuming it still was Hunter Biden's property?
Very interesting. Yeah, and like an Apple computer is expensive, but usually not $5,000. Okay, let's see. You mentioned Giuliani. Did he potentially break the law, shopping this around to everybody? Because he's not just a private citizen, he is a lawyer.
So there's a multitude of laws that he might have broken. One going back to just election law on what he was doing with it in the first place. It's also, as we mentioned, this federal law and what's going on with theft of computer services or possession of stolen property. The fact that you're a lawyer doesn't insulate you from breaking the law. As we learned with Michael Cohen, it's not that you can go do things for your client that are illegal. Once you do things for your client that are illegal, you're no longer a lawyer, you're a co-conspirator. And that's where Giuliani is going to have a problem.
Strategically, what do you think Hunter Biden is up to here? Because this has lingered for years. It seems to have festered for years. And the materials on the laptop, they were salacious, which I'm guessing legally, no matter what's on there, it doesn't make it better or worse. When it comes to his business practices, this opened questions about where his money was coming from, who might have had a stake. Republicans think his dad, the president, took a cut of the money he was getting. I don't know. The Bidens, they deny everything. Would DOJ use that information if it were investigating him?
Yeah, and they are investigating him, and they're investigating Hunter with respect to taxes and the money. And that's the real exposure for Hunter, more so than these scandalous pictures or this drug stuff that they're trying to smear him with. The biggest thing on Hunter as far as exposure is this tax issue, which, like you mentioned, they're trying to link in the president as well. But I think what Hunter Biden's really doing now is discrediting the accuser. Because the real issue of using the laptop against Hunter Biden is something called chain of custody. And the question becomes, did this laptop get manipulated at any time? Is the stuff reliable on it? And if all the people that were handling it are being indicted themselves or subject to criminal investigations, it's really a great defense for Hunter's legal team, if he ever was to get indicted, to point to the veracity, the lack of truthfulness, the unreliability of the people that are witnesses that handled this chain of custody and showing that it cannot be trusted.
Andrew Lieb, constitutional attorney. Yes, there's always how something looks, and then there's the law. Thanks for giving us yet another crash course here.
Thank you.